Hi guys, it's Hope. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking about my current favorite makeup products. I kind of stopped doing monthly favorites this year just because I felt like I was repeating myself a lot because I'm not constantly buying new makeup all the time. I'm about using stuff up that I have. So I feel like I haven't really updated you on products I've been trying recently. Just like little things here and there. I've been picking up new products, testing them out, mentioning them in videos, but I haven't like updated you. So that's what this video is on. I am really excited to come on here and share it with you. I thought I would get ready with the products that are kind of my favorites. I might skip over ones that I haven't really been loving, but I also am going to give you like a little update. I'm not going to be able to demo all the products because I have like a couple different mascaras and a couple different concealers and stuff like that. But yeah, without further ado, I think we should just get started. I haven't filmed a video in at least, it had to have been, it's been like a week and a half. It is currently Saturday, the 24th. And I only have a couple days left back at home, so I'm trying to film as much as I can just so I can, I don't know, have content for you guys. I'm sorry if you can hear Maggie panting. I kicked her out of the room because she went for a walk and she's so loud because walks really get her. But she's outside right now and is panting like nutso, so you can probably still hear her out the door. But the first product that I picked up recently, it's actually been, I've had it for a couple weeks now, but this is the Essence Fresh and Fit Awake Primer. So I hear Jessica Braun talking about it all the time, and I was at Ulta a couple weeks ago, and I thought to myself, I don't know why, I think I bought this just kind of on the spur of the moment. You guys know I love my Wet n Wild Dewy Primer, which I have been out of. I completely used it up. So, and as a YouTuber, I want to buy the same products that I love, but at the same time, I'm like, I really want to also try new products to share with you guys. So I picked this one up. It was, I think, like $5.99 or so. So it was just $1 more than the Wet n Wild one. I don't know comparison. This is 1 fluid ounce. I don't know how much the Wet n Wild one is. This is not a comparison video. But I've picked this up and I have loved this. Actually, my go-to the last few days have literally been this with concealer, like not even foundation, but having this on my skin just to create a really pretty glow. So I just take a good amount, dot it. My mirror's here. I feel like I'm like breaking out, but at the same time I'm like not. I've been trying to use, when I went to Ulta, I actually picked up the Derma E like Scar Cream. So I've been trying to use it. It's been about 2 weeks now that I've been using it, so slowly but surely. I feel like my skin's actually looking pretty good. I don't know. I do get the occasional breakouts. My chin is where it's really bad, which that's all hormonal stuff. And then I, probably my fault because I pop it and then it scars, but you know. How do you guys feel about this setup? I kind of really got sick of sitting over here and facing this way, like having to move my lights and move everything just to film a video. So now it's like, I know you get the light in the back, but I feel like it's better to have it on than off. I don't know. What do you think? I'm super excited to move into school. Isaac moved in on Tuesday and it's Saturday. He's going to school a couple hours from me. He'll be about 2 hours away from me. So we moved him in on Tuesday and that was just, it was a hard day. It was good, it was fine until I got home and then it kind of like really hit me. Lots of FaceTimes, but you know, I think our relationship kind of needs it, you know? I've still been playing around with this Maybelline Dream Urban cover. This is kind of like an update. It's not really a favorite, but somebody was talking about it in a different video about how they like it because it's not, I think it was Kathleen Lights, how it's like got your SPF, it's not super full coverage, it doesn't wear super long, but it also just looks kind of pretty on the skin, and it is way too light for me. I have the shade 110 Porcelain, and I'm tan, so I am going to mix it with the Flower Beauty Light Illusion, which I absolutely love this foundation. So I know that I'm not really demoing this, but it's not really necessarily a favorite yet. I will link down below the video of me like trying this out where you can actually like really see it on its own, but I am going to mix the two today just so that it like matches me because I do plan to like wear this makeup today. Actually, I think I'm gonna go help some friends paint because you know, you're at that stage where I'm just gonna kind of do like an even amount of both. We're at that stage now where it's like friends are moving out, they're moving into new places, and so now I'm gonna go help friends paint. Okay, so it's probably still gonna be a little light for me, but that's okay. That's what it looks like. I should probably do, I might do like an extra little pump of the Flower Beauty one just to give it a little bit more dark. She's not gonna start this. I already just put a dewy primer on, and so I'm doing my e.l.f. or my Flower Beauty Dewy Foundation, but mixing the Maybelline one in really helps. And honestly, the Focallure Beauty, I feel like I do have to build it up a little bit if I do want a little more coverage. And I always just use my sponge usually. I just feel like it works the best. My Focallure Beauty one is in the shade Ivory, just so you know. Just kind of going over it with a brush because I feel like I just got a little too much right now. And honestly, that's probably good enough coverage for me just because I am going to be like doing things and I'm not really needing super full coverage. I've been into just light coverage lately, especially like the summertime. Maybe I'll just do a little bit more of my chin. Honestly, it's my shoulders that are tan. My face and neck are a lot lighter because I focus my SPF on my face a lot. Okay, you guys, I actually have been really into some concealers lately. So of course my Catrice Liquid Camouflage, you guys know I love this. I have repurchased like 5 or 6 of them. I went to Ulta with Emma. Before my battery died, I was saying that I went to Ulta with Emma when I went on that trip to get everything. And I walked up with this concealer in my hand because I was looking for like a new one and whatever. And she just looked at me and was like, you and that Catrice concealer, like you never stop. You just love it. I think it's just because it's not super thick, but it also gives a good amount of coverage. The other one is the Revlon Candid, which I did try this out in a video. I will link down below. I think, actually it was with conjunction with this. This one's in the shade Fair 005. This concealer shade range is horrible. Like there was like a really yellow tone. This one's still really yellow, but it's more neutral. The next one was like grayish, but not, I don't know, the shades were really bad, but I do like this one for an everyday kind of use. I've noticed that with this one I can build it and it's seamless. And even like in that video where I was reviewing Focallure products, I believe that's how you pronounce it, which I can link that down below. It should have been one of my last couple videos. When I was reviewing that, I already had concealer on and I already had powder and it was like fallout, and I put this on top and it still looked good. It's like one that you can just still keep building, which I really like. It's got a kind of funky doe foot applicator, but I really like it. It is in like a squeezy tube too, which I don't mind. So I'm gonna do this in my inner corner, and since it's so light, I am going to add a little bit of the Catrice one, which is my favorite. I think the reason why I keep going back to the Catrice one too, well, I suppose the Catrice one isn't that much darker than the Revlon one. It's just a little more neutral. I think the reason I keep going back to the Catrice one is because the Catrice is like literally like $5.99. Like it is so inexpensive compared to all the drugstore concealers and prices right now that it's just like such a cheap, good concealer. And it's not too much. Like the e.l.f. one I really like if I want like a full coverage, but like on an everyday basis, I don't have oily skin either, so those full thick concealers can sometimes be just a little much. So, and I really like this. I'll put a little more on top just to show you can build it and it looks so good. Oh, by the way, at the end of this video, I am going to be talking about other favorites too besides makeup. There's a couple skincare products and stuff that I want to talk about too. So this video is not all about makeup and demoing everything, which I could have filmed the demo, but I never did because I decided to do a demo of this after I put it on. I'm just going to take a little bit of the Catrice concealer just to spot conceal on my chin, just the slightest. Honestly, my skin always seems like it's the best in the summertime. And I think it honestly has to do with the fact that I don't always wear makeup. Like I wore foundation yesterday and now I'm getting like a couple pimples. Honestly, my skin's not used to wearing it anymore. But I think my skin looks good right now. So now after we ranted about concealer, I don't really have like a powder that I've been like obsessing over. I mean, this Physicians Formula one that I've kind of been playing around with for a few weeks, probably a couple months now actually. I don't know when I tested this. I do really like this one. It's a very like thin powder, so it's just nice for an everyday. I do actually really enjoy it for an everyday. I do like this one. It's in the shade LN3. It is kind of expensive though for a powder from the drugstore. I mean, it is like $12 or $13, which that's not horrible, but I do like to just dust it, especially when I use my Focallure Beauty foundation. I feel like I need to add a little bit of powder just to set it, because otherwise it feels like it's sitting on your skin for a little bit longer. I'm gonna turn the camera off and then I'll come back after I finish. We're on to the next favorite. I'm back. I finished my bronzer, blush, highlight, everything. The only thing I wanted to say is my loose highlighter, I use the Wet n Wild loose highlighting powder in You Glow Girl, which I haven't really been using that much lately. I really haven't been using a lot of makeup lately, but I decided to pull it out because I think this is a really pretty highlight. But it was just a little too pink for what I wanted today. So then I pulled out the Focallure Superstar Highlight Palette that I talked about in that video, and I used this shade right there, and that kind of toned it down. It's so pretty. I really like this palette. This is another one of my favorites. It is like newer to me. I filmed that video probably like a week and a half ago, so I've been playing with them for a little bit, but I do like this palette so far. Then brows, I used, which you guys know, I've been into just the natural brow. I always felt like when I look back on videos, my brows look so boxy. When I fill in my brows with like a pencil, they look too structured for me. I like that natural look. Mostly on an everyday basis, I do brows, concealer, mascara. That's probably what I'll do for school a lot. It's obviously changing that I'm going to college this year, but I have been so into using the LA Girl Eye Lux Mesmerizing Quad in Urbanize, which you guys know. I think I've been doing this for a couple months now, actually since I got out of school. I use this shade, which you wouldn't think, like my hair is actually a lot darker now. It looks crazy in every video, but I do dye it blonde, so you can tell like my ends, and I do have like blonde like streaks in it. I haven't dyed it in a while, but this shade goes really well with kind of like my natural brows, and I've always filled them in a little bit darker. Sometimes I use blonde pencils to fill them in, but I just like how they look. I just think that filling it in with a powder just gives it a little bit more of a kind of more natural finish. It still fills them in because my brows are actually pretty good on their own. There are a few like gapping like spaces like in the front, sometimes like right here and a little bit, but I don't really care if they don't look super perfected. I'm not like a walking beauty guru. I mean, I'm not walking around full face makeup artist all the time. I really love this. I actually just love these eyeshadows in general, which I was going to talk to you about this next product in a second, but these eyeshadows are really good too. I actually used it to help fix up an eye look that I did yesterday, and these shadows just blend beautifully. So I do like this one. It isn't all matte. I think it is kind of inconvenient that this shade is so small compared to that. I know it's the design, but still really pretty. These palettes are like $5, $6, and they are great quality. Perfect for traveling. I will definitely be bringing this to school with me. So I did prime my eyes with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. Blush, I used the LA Girl Just Blushing Blush, and then a little bit of my Milani Silky Matte Bronzer, which I do love. Okay, so now onto the eyes. I bought a Makeup Revolution palette that I've been talking about buying for a while. I have wanted to buy the one that's the more neutral one, that's kind of like the Anastasia, is it Soft Glam? Or the one that's kind of like a more neutral look. Well, they didn't have that in store, so I did pick up the Reloaded Velvet Rose one. I almost just hit myself in the eye, that was so close. And I have been playing around with it a few times. The mattes don't blend as easily as I would like them to. And so yesterday, I was kind of playing around with this shade and this shade and this shade and like the lighter ones, and I was having an issue blending them a little bit, so I did have to go in with this on top, and it did help. So do I think this quality is the greatest? No. It is $7 for this palette though, which is cheap. The shimmers are pretty good. I haven't played with every single shade. I did like do one with like this kind of look. I've done one with the golds. I've played around with most of them. I haven't really touched this one. These red ones are kind of similar, but I think I'm gonna go a little more purpley today because that's what I'm feeling. I think I might use a shade in this. As soon as I swatched this, I was like, oh, I kind of want to use this on my eyes. Isn't that pretty? I did grab my turkey palette too because I really do like this one. This one's more of like my fun palette. Lightly set my eye with this pink shade here because it's like a lot lighter for my eye. I'm not going to do anything too intricate. I always set my eye though. I already primed with that Too Faced primer like I said, but I haven't set yet. And I think I'm going to go in with something like really neutral. I do like purple tones in my eyes. Most of you guys know that. I think I'm just going to go in with this purple shade right here. Just something really quick and easy. Just to kind of demo the palette and show you what it's like. I just think that these shadows are very powdery. And then sometimes they just kind of grab in weird ways. Do you see that? It is pigmented though. I just think sometimes they don't build on top of each other very well. And it's just the mattes, but it's like the shimmers are okay. I am just going to take the shimmer right here, which is really pretty. It's more of like a sheen. It's not like a shimmer, but it still looks really gorgeous on the eyes. I'm going to go paint a house with full face of makeup on. My boyfriend Isaac's guy friends, which we're all just friends. Like, they're my friends too, I suppose, but these guys I'm gonna show up. Actually, no, they know I do YouTube videos. They're not gonna be surprised. If I ever show up with like a full face of makeup on, because I'm not like, normally if I just hang out with them and I'm not filming, I just have like mascara on or whatever. And they're always like, did you film a video? Like, they're like, I can tell you got more makeup on today. I'm like, oh yeah. I just take a little bit of the golden shade in this highlighting palette and just kind of pop it like just a little bit just to brighten up. Oh yeah. So yeah, I am planning this week, in the next couple days, to be planning the pack with me, like move-in vlog. I'm also going to show you what I'm bringing to college. I'm also going to show you the makeup and everything. I think that's kind of like a bigger deal of like what you guys want to see is the makeup I'm packing. All I know is I want to get a lot of videos filmed, so I have stuff pre-filmed. I am going to film at school, but not like makeup videos like this. That was like the quickest eye look. Okay, I am going to tell you a secret about my lashes too after I do this mascara. I have a couple things when it comes to mascara. First one is this Covergirl Exhibitionist. I did talk about it the last time I did a makeup favorites video. This one has been bomb. I feel like it's starting to dry out now. And I think I've had it for probably been like 2 months. The other one is the Maybelline Snapscara. I have been using that one, and that one I don't necessarily like on its own because it's not very volumizing or building. If you like a little bit more like separated lash, not as much clumping or like volumizing, thickening, you would like it. But what I like to do is take the Covergirl one first that is a little more clumpy, and then I like to take the Maybelline one after and like kind of go over it after this one kind of sits for a second, and it just, I feel like, pulls it all together and it looks really good. The Covergirl one you do have to be careful with not overdoing, but like this one's so easy to get everything on your lid, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. You ever go through phases with your lashes that it's like they look really good and then all of a sudden like you put mascara on one day and they're like really bad? That's how it went like yesterday. Now I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Snapscara just to kind of comb it all out. Mascara is like the most tedious thing when it comes to my makeup routine. Like I could sit and apply mascara for 15 minutes. I've gotten better at it, like just doing it faster, but it really does like make me crazy sometimes. That and my brows, but like honestly my brows are my least favorite, but actually I think putting mascara on is my second least favorite because it's like, okay, gotta block out like 10 minutes to do this. I'm gonna do my lower lash line. I'm gonna use my Tarte Man Eater, which is what I've been doing. I mean, I wouldn't go out and buy this, just, you know, but I have samples of it and it works really well. Well, that's about it for my makeup. Now I'm gonna move on to the last two things. So I have this, which is the lash serum that I'm using. This is called Babe Lash, and I have the enhancing conditioner and the essential serum. I put the silver one on in the morning, the gold one on in the evening. I've been using it for about a couple weeks. Well, I think I started in the end of June. So I have been using it for about 2 months now, so almost 8 weeks, and my lashes have grown so much. They have amazing results. This company did send it to me. I think I'll have a coupon code eventually, but by the time I put this video up, I'll have it. So I'll just put it down in the description box if you'd like to use it. But this product is like, honestly, a game changer. There have been lash serums that I've tried that I don't think have done much, like the Lash Mint one. I tried it. I thought it did a little bit, but not as much as this one has. And I think that these will keep working until like 6 months of use, and it's gonna be like crazy. I was at the doctor the other day. My doctor was like, your lashes are the longest I've ever seen them. She thought they were fake. They are very long, and I really like that. I like having long, luscious lashes. So this is my secret, Babe Lash, morning and night. I've never had a morning and night serum. I just always had one. And you just kind of put it on your lash line. I have noticed if this gets in your eye, it does burn. But it's like for like a quick second and then it goes away. So I don't know, it does sting a little bit. You just have to be really careful on the lash line. A lot of times with lash serums, I do get like a little bump in my eye, like in the waterline sometimes. It goes away after 2 days or something. It's not just this. I've noticed that with every single lash serum that I've used, but that's just another thing to be warned about. But I do really like this, and I think it's doing great for my eyes. And you can also use it on your brows too if you need. The other product is the e.l.f. Illuminating Eye Cream. I go through phases where I use eye creams and then I don't. The really only one that I really use is the Origins one. That one gives me little bumps under my eyes, I've noticed. This does not. This is about $10, $12 or so. It's just like a kind of like a white, light consistency. It feels just like a light water-based moisturizer. You put it on under your eyes. I use it in the morning. It's not really like brightening, but when you put it on, it does like give you a glow to your skin. I've noticed that my skin, like I kind of tap it out here. Whenever I use this, my skin does look very like illuminated and glowy, so I do really like it. I think it looks really pretty. It doesn't give me the bumps under my eyes. Concealer goes well on top of it. I mean, I use it in the morning and I put concealer on after. I do let it sit for a little bit, but it looks good. So those were all of my favorites, I think, right now. I'm probably missing something, but you know, it is what it is. I film videos enough that I can talk about, oh, I love this product too. I am excited to see where my channel changes here in the next few weeks, just kind of getting used to being in a college dorm and all that stuff, but I'm really excited. So thank you guys so much for supporting my channel, always showing up to my videos and watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments what products that you have been loving recently. I always love to know. I just like to chat with you guys. Give this video a thumbs up. It really does help me to know kind of what videos you like. It also just helps to boost the video. And subscribe to my channel if you're new. I would love to have you stick around. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.